Hello and welcome to Creating Your Personal Brand, presented by the Kutztown University Career Development Center. My name is Chad Ganley, Assistant Director here. Today we're going to get into how to create your brand, why that is necessary, and then identify locations to build your professional brand. All right, so just starting off, what is professional branding? Well, the gist of it, building a name for yourself, showcasing what sets you apart from others, and describing the added value that you can bring to a situation. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about branding and how that can, be a benefit to your future career or potentially a disadvantage to getting a career. So as you see, our slide here is asking, why do I have a bad reputation? The Tiger King, right? So he lost his business and freedom after being convicted of animal abuse. So what is his current brand, right? It's not good. So that's an extreme, correlation or extreme example. But we just want to make sure you're aware of how you're viewed to your peers, how you're viewed to future employees, employers, your references, your friends, your family, how you're viewed here at campus, your faculty, and obviously your classmates as well. All right. So quickly, I want to show you a survey result actually that was taken by over 50,000 employers. They were asked the question, when you are looking at college graduates, what are you hiring them by? What really stands out to you? All right. So the answers, a little bit shocking here, but the top 4 of the 5, you can see the orange ledger, are experiences. All right. So for those of you, job searching right now, internship searching, that's awesome. Note that, when you're about to get in the job search, this is the thing that our recruiters are looking for. What experiences you have. Yes, your major is important, your coursework, your GPA, those are all relevant, but we really want to know what experiences you have. So I'm showing you this is to help you understand how you are branding yourself. When you're gonna interview for a job, or when you're at a job fair or a networking event and you're talking about yourself, what are you actually talking about? What do you spit out there in your elevator pitch? So if you only get 30 seconds to introduce yourself to me, what are you gonna say? All right, and how is that branding you? That's what you're really trying to build up here in college. So a little, connected dot line here that your career path should look like in college. All right, you come in, maybe your freshman year, you already have a major selected, or you're selecting your major, you're figuring that out. You're adding a minor potentially. You're definitely taking electives or classes, coursework that interest you. You're doing some summer or seasonal volunteer work. You're joining clubs and organizations. I hope you do an internship or 2. Potentially you get to study abroad. That's awesome. Maybe you're going on to grad school, or maybe you're going to professional employment, the real world. All right, so that's kind of what your career path looks like. We hope you don't come into, Kutztown University, select a major, get out a ruler and draw a straight line to professional employment. All right. We want to make sure you're getting the best experiences to make you a more well-rounded, career-ready individual. So let's look at these a little bit more specifically. Your personal brand. All right. Pay attention to your language. Try and eliminate any like slang terms. Obviously when you're talking, but even in communication. Your generation, for the most part, you have grown up with, smartphones or the ability to text. and have chats right at your fingertips. So you're using, a lot of abbreviations or, again, slang words. Try and X those out of your professional communication as much as possible. Also, pay attention to your appearance, your grooming, how you're dressing. Even in a social distanced or a virtual world, you can still come off as disheveled or unkept, we'll call it, if you're not paying attention to your appearance. Manage your time, your emotions, your physical health, eating right, exercising. That's all part of your brand and how you come off to others. And then take responsibility. It is your life. It is your business, obviously. It is your future. So you have to look yourself in the mirror at some point and say, all right, this is what I want out of myself, and how do I get there? And am I doing the necessary steps to get me there? So that's your personal self. Your academic self, is your major. All right. Adding a minor. Maybe you're a dual major. If you're still figuring this all out, if you're a freshman or sophomore, meet with one of us in the Career Center. We will gladly have a conversation, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever that has to be. We'll talk about majors, career outcomes. We have assessments. You can take a test to help you figure it out. And then the bigger question that you should be asking yourself is like, all right, I have this major, but what companies can I work at? What is going to be my job title when I graduate? How much money am I going to make right out of school? All right. Do I need to go to grad school? All right. So that's your academic side. All right. Figuring out your major, your minor, etc. Attend classes. That's also your academic side. Participate. Talk with your professors. Get to know them. You're branding yourself to them. They may be your references one day. They might be able to help you get a job one day. So building up those relationships with academics, staff and department chairs, etc., career development center staff, like you got to start putting yourself out there with that. Join clubs and organizations and get help if you are having a difficult time in your courses. We have tutors here. All right. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. That's really what I'm trying to say there. Career. So your career branding. Stay ahead of, the news. Be reading articles. Be in the know. Set up Google Alerts if you have a Gmail account, or set up on any social media alerts to be notified when there's something, in the news that's trending that relates to your industry or your job field. Join a professional association. So yeah, at Kutztown, you can join clubs and organizations, but you can also go outside in the community and join a professional association associated with your career path, your industry, your major. Sometimes they cost money. Other times they let students do it for free, and then they'll start charging you once you graduate. But look into that. Attend a conference. Go present somewhere. That's all going to benefit your career in the long run. Definitely builds your network, and it actually makes you, more prepared. So when you do have to do that stuff in the future, you've already done it. It's not as scary. Right. And then if you can, volunteer, do an on-campus job, do some seasonal work. Again, advance your knowledge in a new topic, whatever that may be. And then self-promotion. All right. So this is how you can brand yourself with your resume, your cover letter, your public speaking skills, practicing your interviewing skills. That's branding. The first time you have an interview, most of you, you're gonna, really bomb part of it, right? Most of us, the first time we do anything, we're not an expert yet. All right. So the more you do a lot of this, the better you're gonna get. All right. So when you do have that dream interview, you come off as a extremely, confident, well-polished individual. That's your brand now, instead of the nervous, first time out there interviewee. There is a huge difference. Learn business professional etiquette. All right. We offer a couple workshops on professional etiquette here at the university. We do etiquette dinners. There is a lot of, you know, professional business things, I'll call them, that you should be aware of. All right. That you typically don't maybe learn in high school or even in college, but you can if you take the time to understand what those are. And then again, develop your professional image online. So at this point in college, all college students should have at some point created a LinkedIn profile. We do LinkedIn workshops. You can set up a meeting one-on-one with myself or someone on my staff and show us your LinkedIn profile, and we can go through it, give you some pointers, some tips, or get it started for you. A LinkedIn is a necessity. All right. I have never heard a good reason why a college level student is not on LinkedIn. So make sure you're on there, make sure you're using it, and you will see the benefits down the road. Sure, today, tomorrow, if you just create one as a sophomore, a junior, you're not going to see the immediate impact, but over time, when you're networking, when you're building your connections, when people are seeking you for employment, LinkedIn is extremely valuable. And I don't want you to miss out on that boat. All right. So let's dive deep a little bit into that professional image online. This day and age, recruiters are Googling you. They're looking you up on social media. It's very basic. It's very commonplace. So you also need to understand that. You need to be out there. All right. There are a lot of, social media platforms. Maybe some of them you created when you're in high school and you weren't that professional yet. Go back and delete some of that information. You don't have to delete the full account, but go through and delete anything that, if someone were to see it now, how would they judge you? All right. There's some numbers on you. 40% of recruiters review online information about candidates all the time. 70% of recruiters have rejected candidates based on online info. So diving again deep into the LinkedIn part, we do, as I mentioned, a LinkedIn workshop, but this quick slide just shows you the quick, introduction to LinkedIn. If you haven't started a profile yet, you do need a professional headshot. It doesn't mean you have to go pay for one. You can use a smartphone. A lot of these iPhones or Androids have that blurred background portrait mode. That's all you need. Shoulders up. Add a headline, a very quick introduction about yourself. And the nice part about LinkedIn is it does give you a URL unique to yourself. It's a free website basically for yourself to help build your image. You should be using this URL, adding it to your resume, sending it out in a cover letter or to employers in an email. That's what it's used for. Remember, it's your brand. All right. A lot of college students have their own business cards. That just basically says they're a marketing student or aspiring financial analyst or aspiring, whatever you're going for, computer or information technology expert, whatever that is. You can put that on a business card and hand it out. Obviously, right now, and then within the last year, with social distancing and COVID-19, business cards aren't as popular because you're not really introducing yourself, shaking hands, and giving out stuff. But this will come back, so know that having one is still a benefit to any type of student looking for a job or an internship or just to build their network. All right. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback. All right. Find a professional mentor. Hopefully at some point in your college career, you do an informational interview. Basically, that is reaching out to someone who is doing the job you want, whether that be a family member, whether that be a friend, a neighbor, a Kutztown University alumni, a faculty, whatever that is. Reach out to them, have a 10 to 15-minute conversation about the job field, the industry, what they like about their job, what they don't like about their job. And then try and turn that into a mentor-mentee relationship. Maybe do a job shadow, maybe do an internship with them. That is basically you getting feedback on the industry, on a job. How do you know you actually want to do that job the rest of your life? All right, the average traditional college student age is, 22. The average age you retire, way down the road there, 65 to 70. It's creeping up each year. So you want to really make sure that you're aware of what you're getting yourself into, as well as have people in your corner who can help you figure out your next step. All right. So my ask for you today is to do some things to build your brand. All right. What are you going to do in the next 7 days? All right. So I'm not going to give you the answer. Jot this down. Research says if you actually write it down somewhere, there is a 50% more likelihood that you're actually going to do it. So write something down that you can do in the next 7 days to help build your brand. That could be starting a LinkedIn profile. That could be updating your LinkedIn profile. All right, there's your answer. Write something down that you're going to do by the end of this semester or by the end of next semester. And then write something down, by the end of the calendar year. So within a year, what's something big you can do to help build your brand? All right. And that would be, more or less along the lines of getting involved in a professional association, presenting at a conference, going somewhere, doing something of that nature, joining Toastmasters to help with your public speaking skills, blah, blah, blah. Right. A lot to do. Again, it's yourself. I'm not going to come track you down and ask you what you did. But the more of this branding you can do for yourself, the better image you're going to have. So when you are out there applying for internships and jobs, or you start your own business, you're definitely going to need to brand that. The more, people are going to be interested or want to learn more or want to connect with you. All right. So that is the end of the branding workshop. For more information, you can obviously visit our website. If you want to set up an appointment with myself or someone in the office, email us at careerhelp@kutztown.edu. You can call us at 610-683-4067. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the information and have a great day.